I remember the first night clearly, not because anything special happened, but because nothing did. Ramadan arrived, and I was still tired. Not tired in a dramatic way, not exhausted in a way that demanded attention, just tired. The kind of tired that sits quietly in your body and doesn't ask to be noticed. I remember standing there, aware that the month had begun, aware that somewhere across the world, hearts were making intentions, tongues were whispering du'as, schedules were rearranging themselves around something sacred. Ramadan is the month in which the Quran was revealed, a month chosen long before I ever felt ready for it. And I remember noticing how unchanged I felt. The same thoughts, the same restlessness, the same habits, waiting patiently for me to return to them. There was no surge of motivation, no emotional lift, no inner sense of arrival. Just me, standing at the doorway of Ramadan, carrying everything I had been carrying before it began. And almost immediately, something else showed up. Expectation. The quiet expectation that this month should feel different, that I should feel different. There was a subtle pressure in that expectation, not loud, not harsh, just present. As if Ramadan was asking me a question I didn't yet know how to answer. Maybe it hasn't started properly yet. As if inspiration was running late, as if the problem was timing. But the truth was simpler and harder to accept. I had arrived exactly as I was, and Allah had allowed the month to begin exactly as it was meant to. He had not delayed it until I felt inspired. He had not postponed it until I felt worthy. Ramadan had arrived anyway, and I had arrived with it. Not improved, not energized, not resolved, just present. There was something relieving in that realization, though, that I did not need to perform my arrival, that I did not need to convince myself or Allah that I was ready. Allah says, Allah does not burden a soul beyond what it can bear. If He allowed you to see this Ramadan, He knows exactly what you are carrying into it. Not the polished version of you, the real one. That night did not transform me. Nothing lifted instantly, but something softened. The pressure eased, the rush loosened, and I understood something I had overlooked. Ramadan does not begin with effort. It begins with honesty. And honesty sometimes sounds like this. I am here, and this is how I am arriving. There was no grand breakthrough, no dramatic clarity, just a quiet awareness that the door was open anyway. Say, O my servant, who have wronged themselves, do not despair of the mercy of Allah. The invitation was never for the perfect. It was always for the returning. Arrival is not an achievement. It is permission. Permission to stand where you are without apology. Permission to enter without editing yourself. So, if you're listening tonight and you feel unchanged, if you arrived tired, distracted, unsure, know this. You haven't missed anything. You are not late. Allah knew you would arrive exactly like this. You are here, and perhaps that is exactly where return begins.